My. What a terrible accident. So this is what you get. So when you continue working for a company that doesn't seem to want to go in the direction that you know it should be going, you're gonna leave. And unfortunately, sometimes for those big companies, you're gonna lose a lot of good people. You're gonna lose fine people on both sides. The Witcher 3 directors and other devs leave CDPR to start rival studios. You can only take so much. CD Projekt Red, once hailed as a powerhouse in the gaming industry for acclaimed titles like The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt is undergoing a significant transformation. Recently, a wave of key developers, including The Witcher 3 directors, have chosen to leave CDPR to start their own rival game studios. CD Projekt Red was once celebrated for its immersive storytelling, not anymore, and high quality game design, not anymore. However, recent internal changes have sparked dissatisfaction among the core development team. Many talented individuals have expressed frustration over what they perceive as an increasing emphasis on identity politics and a workplace environment that stifles creative freedoms. Yeah, that's how it is. They don't care if you're trying to make the game better. If there's not a way for them to cram in their identity politics, it's left on the cutting room floor. They don't care because all they care about is the identity politics. So, F around, find out. As a result, numerous developers are leaving CDPR to establish their own studios, aiming to cultivate environments that better align with their creative visions and values. One of the most notable departures is Conrad. Not even gonna bother. Not even gonna bother. The former director of The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. His new venture could ultimately create CDPR's biggest threat with formation of rebel wolves, led by, well, we'll just say Conrad, Corn Row, Corn Roast, uh, along with the other esteemed figures like Bartlemej Gawel, the art director of Witcher 3. They've united to create what they describe as a AAA dark fantasy RPG saga utilizing Unreal Engine 5. Conrad ended his tenure with CDPR after allegations of bullying sprang up. He denied those allegations and was eventually proven innocent. Good. When commenting on the formation of their studio, Rebel Wolves sent a very clear shot across CDPR's bow. We decided to create our own studio and run it on our own terms. The official, yeah, I mean, it's like they say, it's like, oh well, if you don't like it, then just start your own company or make your own platform. Okay, well they are, and while your company continues to sink, this company will be making games that people actually want to play. You know, free of the identity politics, which are clearly dragging the industry down right now. But these people who are working these companies, these higher ups, are so freaking high on themselves. They don't care. You could show them facts and figures all you want, and they're just going to keep blaming the gamer, and then they're going to say that nothing they're doing is wrong, and it's all the gamer's fault, and oh, they just hate women, and they're phobes and is and isms and blah blah blah. So it doesn't matter. These people are so freaking high on themselves, and they think they're so freaking amazing, but they're the ones ruining the gaming. They're the ones ruining the company with their forced identity politic bullcrap. But, modern gaming. Why take responsibility for a failing game when you can just blame the gamer? Gamer, despite the one not just, we're not the one writing the story or anything. We're just playing it. But sure, we're the ones who caused you to release it while it was still buggy. We're the ones who caused you to write a crappy story. We're the ones who caused you to write characters that have the same personality as freaking wet cardboard. Yeah, we're the ones who did that. Because we're the overly paid writing staff, right? Oh, wait, no, that's you. Sorry, we get confused sometimes. We get blamed for things so often. Um, when commenting on the formation of their own studios, Rebel is about on our own terms. The official Rebel Wolf Wife's site says, chief among them, the team comes first always. Happy people make great games. Games players want and deserve. Yes, it's as simple as that. That's what we've been saying. But when we say it, we're just a bunch of phobes and isms. They want to say we hate women, but there have been games that have come out where there's plenty of women who are well written that people enjoy. So right there, the whole woman thing falls apart. Same thing with people of color and all. There are games that have done it. The Witcher has done it before. Dragon Age has done it before, and no one had a problem with it. But then these newer ones are coming out where it's ham-fisted in your face, and people are like, "Hey, it worked before. Like, why are you shoving it down our throats this time?" Well, you're just a bunch of homophobes and you're just misogynist. It's like, no, you had a character like this in the last game, but she was well written. Just admit it, you don't like women, you fucking incels. So it's like, no matter what, they're just ignorant shitheads, and they don't want to listen to what you have to say because you're always wrong, they're always right. But yeah, it's as simple as that. Make a good game, good written characters, people are going to play it. Make money. Simple formula. And it's been working for what, 30, 40 years now? And yet they think they can come in and just change it up and expect to make a lot of money from it. Imagine that. A game developer focusing on what players want instead of what the devs themselves want to see according to their own political agenda. The studio also notes that one of its main goals is create a studio where developers can thrive, united by a common goal and sense of camaraderie. Our priority is the team, and the team's priority is to create the best RPG games that the world has ever seen. Yeah, it's raining. I was like, is that rain? I think it's rain. CDPR recently made waves by making Ciri the main protagonist of its upcoming The Witcher 4, making her a Witcher in the process. You know, and then I think I heard something about them possibly making her gay as well. And it just goes back to like the whole Cartman thing. And people would say, oh, well, South Park was making fun of people like that, of people, you know, constantly complaining about it. Well, maybe, but here they are. They're putting a chick in it, and they're possibly making her lame and gay. So, who who's it really for these days? Put a chick in it and make her lame and gay. Well, putting a chick in it, possibly making her lame and gay. That chick from Intergalactic, same thing. They put a chick in it, and chances are she's gonna be lame and gay. So, was South Park really making fun of us? The people calling it out? I don't I don't know. It seems like, you know, people want to try to cope and say that, oh, they were calling out and making fun of the people who are getting so mad about it. But here the companies are proving the very thing that people have been saying for ages now. They're putting a chick in it, they're making a layman gay. I mean, we call it like we see it, you know, and you know that's life. You know, this reminds me of a time I was with my good friend Orville. No, where were we? Da, 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 da. Yeah, right here. Which in the process, that's something impossible for women in the lore. But she's not just a woman; she's a strong and powerful woman. She's like, screw your lore, screw the lore. I have money. Wait a minute, are you making Serial Witcher? Yeah, so that's against the lore, isn't it? Screw the lore. I have money. There we go. You're like, a man of culture, I see. That's something impossible for women in the lore of the Witcher's novels until it's revealed that she's not actually a woman. That, you know, somehow she's just actually a man. She's a trans female, and that's how she can become a Witcher. The game's creative team admitted in a recent interview that they didn't speak with the Witcher author, um, and creator Andreas Sapkowski, whatever. The decision was met with anger and pushback from longtime fans who were looking forward to another Geralt of Rivia adventure. Yeah, no, just like Henry Cavill, he's out. He's out. He's not coming back. Even the name of the studio could be shot at CDPR. Geralt of Rivia is known as the White Wolf, and these devs are rebelling against CDPR, hence Rebel Wolves. Rebel Wolves secured funding through NetEase, a Chinese company, which also casts a shadow of controversy over the entire studio. You gotta take a step back with all this and see what's happening right before your eyes. Smash JT. Wokeness is destroying companies across the world at breakneck speed, and who always shows up in one way or another and swoop in and invest at the very bottom? China. They aren't even hiding it anymore. He's not wrong. We're seeing NetEase step in here to prop up these studios, and Tencent, another Chinese company, potentially pulling and the struggling Ubisoft out of yeah. People are thinking that they're gonna buy out Ubisoft, but Ubisoft's like, oh well, we want to still be in charge of Assassin's Creed Shadows studio, and it's like no, no, sorry, that's not how this works. if you're bought out and they want to allow you to, then yeah, that's one thing. But no, there's no negotiations here. You're the company that's sinking here. So there's no negotiations here. It's either we buy you out and or buy now or buy now. Um. However, the strategic investment from NetEase enables Rebel Wolves to pursue creative ambitions without the constraints previously experienced by CDPR. Funding provided by NetEase was the last missing piece needed to go full throttle, balls to the wall, raw dog in the freaking company. Rebel Wolf said, with resources available to build a world-class AAA game, we can now focus on what matters most, development. Blank Studio Blank Studio has also emerged under the leadership of another former CDPR director, MK, well, it's MK. Former game director for Cyberpunk 2077 and game director for The Witcher 3, started the studio alongside executive producers Jadrej Mraz and Marcin Yefimov. Freaking foreign names, man. I'm sorry. Sorry if I'm butchering the names of your native land. I'm just a dumb American. Blank Studio expressed a commitment to fostering a collaborative environment that values work-life balance and prioritizes quality over quantity. In an interview with VGC, Kanek stated, after working for years in increasingly conservative industry, we're ready to make we're ready to make bold, impactful projects that share our unique creativity and values. And Kanek left CDPR after working there for 15 years due to a reported desire to escape the political correctness being forced onto the company's devs. Almost like what we've been saying this entire time is true. But hey, we're just the phobes, this and isms. Blink Studio has rapidly grown from an initial team of 10 to nearly 60 members. It currently working on a character-driven story set in an apocalyptic backdrop. With a recent 17 million investment from the South Korean gaming company Niawiz, Blank Studio is well positioned to deliver compelling narratives and refined gameplay experiences, which is actually pretty good. I mean, South Korea does make some pretty good games. I mean, isn't Stellar Blade from Korea? We put all our passion and dedication into our craft. We're eagerly looking forward to letting you play the compelling narratives that we're working on. Rest assured, we will share more details when the time is right. The departure of these key figures from CD Projekt Red highlights more than just career moves. It demonstrates a significant cultural shift within the studio. Reports from these former employees indicate that the work environment has become increasingly challenging, with some citing a focus on ideological alignments that overshadow creative freedoms. Yeah, I've said this before. It's basically at a point where, you know what you're doing is going to cause the game to fail. And if you speak up about it, it's going to be like, well, I mean, you're the one in charge, you guys are making the characters and all that, but we really want some gay characters. And if we don't, well, I mean, I can't promise that you're going to have a job tomorrow. So these people are just kind of having to go in and they're forced to do it because it's like, well, I mean, you can do what you want, but you may come in tomorrow to find that you don't have a job anymore. So these people who are most likely not set for the future, who probably don't have much savings saved up, it's like, oh, okay, well, I can't afford to lose my job. So, I mean, when you have to go in and you have to try to appease all of them, when you know full well that what you're doing is going to bring the game down, it just makes it harder. But the emphasis on maintaining a positive workplace atmosphere at all costs, also known as toxic positivity, reportedly led to a stifling of open critique and dissent. This contrasts sharply with the creative and gritty essence that once defined CDPR. Such an environment has prompted talented developers to seek new horizons where their voices and creativity can thrive unimpeded. As for former employees, uh, and those former employees might just come back to unseat CDPR, bringing back the kinds of games that longtime fans desire, free of identity politics. The employees at CDPR included people like Lord Desire, Cyan Mattmeyer, a former games journalist who championed identity politics, attacks gamers on social media, and even once had expressed a desire to punch gamers. This freaking dude who looks like he pees sitting down. And I have to say it because people don't understand. Like, peeing sitting down, it's fine in the morning, You're groggy, you're half asleep still, and you don't want to take the chance of pissing all over the seat, you know. Plus, it's the morning, so you're wrapped up in your blanket, your stomach, So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna take a crap anyway, so I'm just gonna sit down. But no, this dude looks like he's like out and about, and then, he goes into the men's room, and instead of just going to the stall or going to the urinal, he goes and sits down in the stall. When he sits there with his legs really close together, his feet kind of turn this way, he's like, ah, kind of like that. Yeah, this dude totally fucking pees sitting down. For CD Projekt Red, the ongoing departure of the pivotal team members signals the need for introspection and potential restructuring to reclaim its creative edge. Meanwhile, the rise of Rebel Wolves and Blank Studios offers a promising outlook for the gaming community. These new studios bring with them a wealth of experience, passion, and commitment to crafting games that resonate deeply with players. I mean, what we need something. Um, Good for them, but please, for the love of God, don't take HR with you. Good. I hope they create amazing games. The current studios are shit. Non-stop DEI and politics all over the place. I used to love games. It was an escape. Now I just want to see the whole industry burn to the ground so it can rise again as something new. Yeah. And it's not just the gaming industry, it's everything. Gaming, comics, TV, movies, everything. Everything has been infected with this crap. And then when you try to call it out and tell them why they're failing and how they can, make money, you just get called phobos and ism. Like I've said, there have been many games over the last couple years, even from the 90s, that have strong female leads. But guess what? They're well written. So the whole, oh, you just hate women, that argument instantly falls apart. Because the same guy or the same guys that you're calling misogynistic are also fawning over people like Lara Croft and Jill Valentine. Both of them females. They're just well-written females, not these uh forced girl bosses who put all the men in their place and somehow female becoming a witcher, despite that women apparently can't become a witcher because of the mutation process. It's too much. Again, they're probably going to work around like, oh well, she's been a trans female the entire time. So, like I said, put a chick in it, make it lame and gay. That's what they're doing. And despite people saying, oh, South Park was making fun of those people who are calling it out and complaining about it, but that's what the companies are doing. They're putting a chick in it, they're making her lame and gay. So, anyway, I hope they succeed, and I hope we get to see them create some nice games, because quite frankly, everyone's just tired of the crap. And even if they don't, we still have an entire, 20, 30, 40 years worth of games to people have no problem going back and playing shit on like the original Nintendo. So, you know, you know. So I don't think people are going to be like, "Oh my god, I need a game to play." No, there's plenty. There's plenty. So, not to mention people are, on Steam, indie gamers are constantly making good games. So, it'll be bad for these big companies, not so bad for the gamers. So, they can all go out of business. I don't think anyone's really going to care except for them. Then they're going to blame us. But anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.